It seems to me that you were at your peak political strength when you ran in 2008. You got the nice house in Florida. You had the Fox gig.
Tonight on Huckabee.
I figured you had resolved what your post-elective office life was going to be like.
It was never about that I was just eaten up with running. Walking away from every bit of your income, hey, that's a pretty serious deal. You know the dumbest thing people have said? I don't think Huckabee's really serious about running. I think he's just wanting to get a TV show, maybe a book deal. What a stupid thing to say. I had a TV show, I had a book deal, I was making more speeches than I could keep up with.
From the jump, nobody has, I think, taken you seriously as they did in 2008. But however seriously they took you then, and you were underrated.
Well, they didn't take me very seriously
Right.
until I won Iowa, and then people said, maybe this guy's got a shot.
Well, let me switch to populism, because you were a populist, a Republican populist, before it was cool.
Whatever that is supposed to mean.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Now you have Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, even Donald Trump saying we need to help the people in the middle and working classes.
8 years ago, 9 years ago, in the CNBC debate, in fact, in Dearborn, Michigan, I remember it well.
I was there.
We were all asked, how's the economy doing? And most everybody was giving the standard Republican boilerplate language.
Sky's the limit. Wealth creates wealth.
Stock market seems to be doing pretty well.
That it's just doing great. I said, well, I guess if you're working in the corner office, things are going swimmingly well. But for a lot of Americans, it's not doing so well. The people who handle the bags and make the beds at our hotels and serve the food, many of them are having to work 2 jobs. I was, just pilloried for that by the Wall Street Journal and by others who thought that I was a total ignoramus when it came to how the economy was functioning. Well, it turns out I was pretty darn ahead of my time, because within a year the economy had fallen apart, and the people at the top were feeling what I was watching happen to the people at the bottom already.
Let me ask you about Wall Street and its relationship to the rest of the economy.
Look, I'm not sure that the repeal of Glass-Steagall was a brilliant idea, because what you did, you erased the line between traditional banks.
Would you bring it back?
And very likely. Yeah, and I'm not saying there shouldn't be some regulatory controls, and I hate to use the word controls, some regulation. But what you don't want is a referee that doesn't simply enforce the rules, but tries to totally control the flow of the game.
Now, Ben Bernanke said in an interview the other day that he regretted the fact that no individual Wall Street executives were prosecuted for their role in leading up to the financial crisis. Do you agree with him? Do you think some should have been prosecuted?
Absolutely, they should have. These were the smartest people in the room. John, these were the people that were supposed to be the geniuses. These were all Ivy Leaguers. And they knew darn well what they were doing is shuffling paper around and getting paid ridiculous sums of money.
Why do you think none of those prosecutions ever happened?
Money, politics. That's what I say. Look, the contributors keep flowing to Washington. Washington keeps doing the dance. I've said that Washington is like a strip club. You got people tossing dollars and people doing the dance. It was a casino. And I got in trouble for saying that very thing 8 years ago. I'd like to say I was right.
Governor, thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you, John. Enjoyed it.
Now you can eat.
Now I can eat my salad.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Dowdy from CNBC. Thanks so much for checking out our channel. Here you'll find videos packed with all the info that you need to be smarter about your finances. Be sure and subscribe by clicking right here, and click on all the videos around me to see CNBC's original series, Young Money, Tech Bet, Kramer's Mad Money, and all the latest from CNBC.